from Sal Richardson's testimony was not mentioned during the trial.
Objection sustained. Jury will please strike that from their notes and memory. The comment that was made, it was not brought up during the trial.
Response, Your Honor.
Yes.
It was during his cross.
Not the quote. I forgot the quote.
Okay.
Yes, Corey. Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to deliver the closing statements in this case and to confirm to you that the defendant Morgan McGrath is in fact guilty of arson. Today, or you could say the other day, we discussed a lot of things. A lot of opinions were thrown around. Today, I would like to address all of you with facts. The facts that we have been able to determine through testimony and evidence. I'd first like to talk about the defense's witnesses. We were able to denounce most of these witnesses based on other biases. For example, Morgan's father is clearly biased due to the fact that he is in fact his father, and that we proved that during his cross that he in fact loves his son and would do anything to protect him. We proved that Morgan McGrath is not to be trusted. None of his testimony realistically could be trusted because he lied to the police. He knew about the Professor Bode's relationship to the head of the Chem department, Professor Vetter. He lied to them. Why should we believe anything is true in his testimony? And then through our testimony evidence, we've been able to put together a series of events that I would like to explain to you, the audience, to determine exactly what happened that night. We were able to determine that Morgan exited the building and then re-entered. While he re-entered, he went into the bathroom and met with Tracy Waynes. We have determined that the bathroom is located on the right side of the entrance. But what happened was he left the bathroom before Tracy and went away. And Tracy, from there on, has no idea what happened. We proved in his cross that Tracy had no idea of what happens after that. He was nowhere involved with Morgan or anyone else, so he's left out of the picture after that. What we do know is that Morgan had approximately 11 minutes, as was discussed in the trial, to do whatever of unknown time. In that time, we were able to prove that there was plenty of time for him to return to Lab 2A, use what we have admittedly said Jesse Dwar's left out hot plate, turn that back on, and leave the building. That will also explain why Morgan was seen exiting the building from the opposite direction of the bathroom. We would also like to discuss his motive. Yes, we understand that it might not make sense to most people, but it's just the facts. Morgan was emotionally distraught over the grade he received. He acted rash and harshly, but that does not forgive him for any of his actions. Simply, he acted in a horrendous way and took it out in a way that is unexplainable. And Morgan just didn't think about his actions. He acted quickly, and sometimes that's okay, but in this situation it's not. Us as a prosecution just want to drive home to all of you that he had a motive. He wanted to get back for the professor. He knew he couldn't hurt him, so he did the next best thing. He hurt someone he loved. And by hurting someone he loved, he burned down his wife's building that she is in charge of. In conclusion, we have proven that the testimony of the defense is biased. We have pieced together the series of events to prove what took place that night. And we have also proved that Morgan McGrath did in fact have a very solid motive in committing this crime. Thank you.
Objection, Your Honor. Improper conclusion. There is no evidence showing of the known relationship between Professor Vedder and Professor Bode, or that Morgan was lying in his testimony and to the police.
The objection is sustained, but I'm also going to advise counsel that that's a decision that the jury has to make, because both that testimony was brought up, and they're going to have to decide how. Okay, thank you, counsel. That was established. There was reference to that relationship from both sides during the trial, and we'll have to make that decision. There are no other